I've tested over 200 pieces of survival gear in the past year. Most of it was overpriced junk with useless bottle openers, but 35 items stood out. These aren't gadgets you saw in every other video. These are tools that actually work when everything else fails. No affiliate spam, no gear I haven't personally used, just honest reviews of equipment that could save your life. Now, I've organized these 35 items by survival priority. Water first, because you'll die in 3 days without it. Then fire, shelter, cutting tools, and so on down the list. Each item includes real prices, honest limitations, and actual field testing results. No BS. Let's start with the foundation, water purification. Number 35, Sawyer Mini Water Filter. Price $20 to $25. The Sawyer Mini is compact enough to fit in your palm but filters up to 100,000 gallons. That's not a typo. The 0.1 micron hollow fiber membrane removes 99.99999% of bacteria and 99.9999% of protozoa. It weighs 2 ounces. You can drink directly from streams, attach it to water bottles, or use it as a gravity filter. The flow rate is slower than pump filters, about 1 liter every 2 to 3 minutes, but for the weight and price, nothing beats it. I've used mine for 8 months across multiple camping trips. Still works perfectly. The squeeze bag that comes with it is the weak point. It'll split eventually. Buy a smart water bottle as backup. They thread perfectly and are much more durable. Number 34, LifeStraw Peak Series Collapsible Squeeze Bottle. Price $35 to $40. If you want faster flow than the Sawyer, the LifeStraw Peak series delivers 3 liters per minute. The membrane microfilter removes bacteria, parasites, microplastics, and even reduces lead and chlorine. The collapsible bottle design means it packs down to almost nothing when empty. Holds 650 milliliters when full. The integrated carabiner makes it easy to clip to your pack. I tested this side by side with the Sawyer. The LifeStraw flows noticeably faster but costs more and has a lower total capacity at 2,000 liters. For bug-out bags where speed matters, this wins. For long-term survival where capacity matters, stick with the Sawyer. Number 33, Potable Aqua Water Purification Tablets. Price $8 to $10 for 50 tablets. Sometimes you need a backup to your backup. These iodine tablets purify 1 quart of water in 30 minutes. Each bottle treats 25 quarts. They're tiny, lightweight, and never fail even in freezing temperatures where pump filters can crack. The water tastes like iodine, which some people hate. The included PA+ neutralizing tablets help but don't eliminate the taste completely. These are your emergency option when your filter breaks or clogs, not your primary system. I keep a bottle in every bug-out bag and vehicle kit. They're cheap insurance. Fire starting number 32, Exotac Nano Strike XL. Price $35 to $40. Fire starting tools are everywhere in prepper videos. Most are garbage. This one works. The ferro rod is huge, 3 inches long and 3/8 inch diameter. That's 3 to 4 times larger than the cheap ones. It produces 3,000 degree sparks that'll light even damp tinder. The tungsten carbide striker stays sharp forever. Unlike cheap strikers that wear smooth after 50 uses, this one is still aggressive after 500 strikes. The whole unit is waterproof and fits in your palm. The screw-apart design means you can replace the O-ring if it fails. I tested this in rain, snow, and after dunking it in a creek. Started fires every time. For 35 bucks, this is the last ferro rod you'll need to buy. Number 31, BIC Classic Lighter 5-pack, price $5 to $7. Here's some truth. Ferro rods are cool, but lighters are faster. These disposable BIC lighters are the most reliable fire source on Earth. Each one gives you about 3,000 lights. That's 15,000 fires for $6. They work in wind, rain, and extreme cold down to negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit if you keep them warm in your pocket. The only downside is fuel eventually evaporates even if you don't use them. In hot storage, you'll lose about 30% of fuel per year. In cool storage, they last 5+ years. I keep 10 in my main kit, 5 in my bug-out bag, and 5 in my vehicle. When society collapses, BIC lighters will be worth their weight in gold for barter. Number 30, Titan Survival Fire Tinder. Price $8 to $12. The best fire starter is useless without good tinder. These compressed wood fiber tablets are soaked in wax and burn for 5 minutes each, even in wet conditions. One pack contains 20 tablets. Each tablet can start multiple fires if you break it into pieces. I've started fires in pouring rain with these. Just scrape some fibers, hit it with a spark, and it catches instantly. They're waterproof, compact, and don't expire. Way better than cotton balls with petroleum jelly which dry out and make a mess in your pack. Shelter and warmth. Number 29, Soul Emergency Bivy. Price $15 to $20. Emergency blankets are cheap, but useless. They rip if you breathe on them wrong, they're loud, and they don't actually keep you warm in real cold. The Soul Bivy is different. It's a sleeping bag-shaped emergency shelter made from heat-reflective polyethylene. Reflects 90% of body heat. Waterproof, windproof, and actually durable enough to reuse. I've slept in mine 3 times during testing. It works. You will get condensation inside, that's physics. But it kept me alive in 35-degree weather wearing just a fleece. Packs down smaller than a soda can. Every bug-out bag should have one. At $20, there's no excuse not to. Number 28, Grabber Warmers 40-pack. Price $15 to $18. Hand warmers seem like a luxury until you're trying to tie knots with frozen fingers. These disposable warmers provide 10+ hours of heat, reaching 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Iron powder oxidizes when exposed to air, creating heat through an exothermic reaction. I keep 10 in my winter vehicle kit and 10 in my cold weather bug-out setup. They've saved my hands during winter hikes more times than I can count. The 2-year shelf life means you need to rotate stock, but they're so cheap it doesn't matter. Number 27, Aqua Quest Defender Tarp. Price $40 to $90 depending on size. A good tarp is more versatile than any tent. The Aqua Quest Defender is made from 70D ripstop nylon with a 20,000 millimeter waterproof rating. That means it won't leak, period. The 10x10 version weighs 1.5 pounds and packs to the size of a water bottle. Reinforced corners, 19 attachment points, and grommet-free tie-outs mean it won't fail when you're rigging it in high wind. I've used this for 2 years as my primary shelter for camping. Set it up as an A-frame for rain protection, lean-to for wind protection, or ground sheet for moisture barrier. The 10x10 runs about $70, worth every penny. Cutting tools. Number 26, Mora Companion Heavy Duty. Price $35 to $40. You don't need a $300 knife. This Swedish-made fixed blade has a 4-inch carbon steel blade with a Scandi grind. The handle is rubberized for grip in wet conditions. It's a working knife, not a showpiece. I've processed firewood, carved feather sticks, prepared food, and done light batoning with mine. The carbon steel takes an edge easily. Yes, it rusts if you don't maintain it. That's the trade-off for a blade that's easy to sharpen in the field. The plastic sheath is adequate but not great. For $35, this is the best survival knife value on the market. I own 3. Number 25, Silky Pocket Boy Folding Saw. Price $30 to $35. Knives are bad at cutting branches, saws are perfect for it. The Silky Pocket Boy is a folding saw with a 5-inch blade that cuts on the pull stroke like Japanese saws. It'll drop a 4-inch branch in under a minute with minimal effort. The blade locks open securely and folds completely into the handle for safe carry. I've processed hundreds of pounds of firewood with mine over 3 years. The blade is still sharp. When it eventually dulls, replacement blades are $20. This saw does work that would take 10 minutes with a knife in 60 seconds. Essential gear. Number 24, Fiskars X7 Hatchet. Price $25 to $30. For serious wood processing, you need an axe. The Fiskars X7 is a 14-inch hatchet that weighs 1.4 pounds. The head is hardened forged steel. The handle is fiberglass composite that won't break or rot like wood. I use this for splitting kindling, light limbing, and driving tent stakes when I'm mad at them. The blade comes scary sharp and holds an edge well. It won't replace a full-size axe for felling trees, but for camp tasks and firewood prep, it's perfect. The included sheath is plastic and just okay. Most people buy a leather sheath separately. At $25, this is a steal. Illumination. Number 23, Streamlight ProTac 2 liters X. Price $45 to $55. Flashlights are critical, but most survival flashlights are overpriced junk. The ProTac 2 liters X runs on 2CR123A batteries or 118650 rechargeable. Outputs 500 lumens on high for 3.25 hours. Low mode gives you 40 lumens for 30 hours. That's a full month of usable light from one battery. The tail cap switch gives you instant access to high beam. The side switch cycles through modes. Aircraft-grade aluminum construction. IPX7 waterproof rating means it survives 30 minutes at 1 meter depth. I've dropped mine on concrete multiple times. Still works. The dual fuel capability means you can use cheap CR123S for storage and rechargeables for regular use. Smart design. Number 22, Nitecore NU25 headlamp. Price $30 to $35. Hands-free light is essential for camp tasks. The Nitecore NU25 weighs 1.9 ounces and outputs 360 lumens. White, red, and high CRI modes give you options for different situations. Red light preserves night vision and doesn't spook animals. USB rechargeable with a built-in battery. Runtime is 7 hours on high, 35 hours on low. The headband is comfortable for extended wear. I've used this for night hikes, camp cooking, equipment repair, and map reading. The lightweight design means you forget you're wearing it. For 30 bucks, this beats headlamps costing twice as much. Number 21. UCO Candle Lantern. Price $15 to $20. Batteries die, candles don't. This collapsible lantern holds one UCO 9-hour candle and provides ambient light plus a bit of heat. Not enough heat to warm a tent, but enough to take the edge off in a small space. The glass chimney protects the flame from wind. I use this for long-term camp lighting because candles are cheap and store forever. A 12-pack of UCO candles costs $20. That's 108 hours of light. Try getting that from batteries. The spring-loaded candle tube adjusts as the candle burns down. Simple, reliable, old technology that works. Navigation and communication. Number 20. Suunto MC2 Compass. Price $35 to $45. GPS dies when batteries die. Compasses work forever. The Suunto MC2 is a baseplate compass with a mirror for sighting distant objects. The luminous bezel markings glow in the dark. Adjustable declination means you can compensate for magnetic variation. Built-in clinometer measures slope angles. Magnifying lens helps read maps. Liquid-filled capsule with jewel bearing gives smooth needle movement. I've navigated using only this compass and paper maps dozens of times. If you can't use a compass and map, you're not prepared. Period. Learn the skill. Buy quality gear. This compass will outlive you. Number 19. Midland GXT 1000VP 4 two-way radio pair. Price $50 to $60 for 2. When cell towers are down, FRS radios keep your group in contact. The Midland GXT 1000 covers up to 36 miles in optimal conditions. Realistically, you'll get 2 miles in forest, 4 to 6 miles in open terrain. That's enough for separated group members to coordinate. 50 channels with 142 privacy codes reduce interference. NOAA weather radio receives emergency broadcasts. Rechargeable battery packs plus AA battery trays give you dual power options. Vox hands-free mode lets you communicate while working. These aren't fancy ham radios, but they're simple, legal without a license, and they work. Every family member should have one. Food preparation. Number 18. Emberlit stove. Price $35 to $50 depending on size. This stainless steel folding stove burns wood, so you never run out of fuel. The flat pack design assembles in 30 seconds and disassembles for storage. Adjustable airflow vents give you control over burn rate. Feed sticks from the side while cooking on top. Boils 2 cups of water in 5 to 8 minutes using twigs. I've cooked hundreds of meals on mine. It's replaced my backpacking gas stove completely. No fuel to carry, no fuel to run out. Just grab sticks as you hike. The stainless construction is durable but heavy at 11 ounces for the FireArm model. If weight is critical, go titanium. If budget is critical, stainless works fine. Number 17. GSI Outdoors Halulite Boiler. Price $35 to $40. This pot is hard anodized aluminum with a 1.1 liter capacity. The folding handle locks open for cooking and folds flat for storage. Integrated strainer lid makes draining pasta water easy. The wide opening makes it easy to eat directly from the pot, which saves carrying a separate bowl. I use this as my primary cook pot for everything from boiling water to making one-pot meals. It nests with a fuel canister and small stove inside, creating a compact cooking kit. The anodized surface is non-stick and easy to clean. Aluminum conducts heat efficiently, so water boils fast. At 6 ounces, this pot gives you the best strength to weight ratio available. Number 16. Snow Peak Trek 700 Titanium Cup. Price $30 to $40. Titanium is expensive but worth it for one key item, a cup. This 700 milliliter mug weighs 3.5 ounces, is virtually indestructible, and can sit directly in coals. I use mine for boiling water, cooking simple meals, and drinking coffee. The folding handles stay cool enough to touch even when the cup is full of boiling water. Titanium doesn't retain flavors or odors. You can cook fish in it at night and drink coffee from it in the morning. The wide mouth makes eating and cleaning easy. This cup has traveled with me for 4 years. It looks beat up but functions perfectly. First aid and medical. Number 15. SOL Trauma Kit with Quick Clot. Price $30 to $35. Most first aid kits are full of band-aids. This one stops serious bleeding. Contains 2 compressed gauze pads impregnated with Quick Clot hemostatic agent. Quick Clot accelerates your body's natural clotting process. Also includes a trauma dressing, medical tape, shears, and gloves, packed in a waterproof bag. I keep this in my vehicle for car accidents and in my bug-out bag for major injuries. If someone has arterial bleeding, QuikClot can save their life. Regular gauze won't cut it. The compressed gauze expands to fill wound cavities. This kit handles the injuries that kill people, not the scratches that annoy people. Number 14. Israeli Bandage Emergency Trauma Dressing. Price $8 to $10. This is the bandage that every soldier carries. Combines a sterile pad, pressure applicator, and securing wrap in one unit. One-handed application means you can treat yourself. The pressure bar applies direct pressure to the wound while you wrap. Sterile and vacuum sealed, I've used these in first aid training. They're faster and more effective than improvised bandages. Buy several, one for your main kit, one for your bug-out bag, one for your vehicle. When someone is bleeding out, fumbling with multiple components wastes time. This dressing works immediately. Number 13. Sawyer Picaridin Insect Repellent. Price $10 to $15. Mosquitoes carry diseases. Tick bites cause Lyme disease. Insect repellent is medical gear, not a comfort item. Picaridin is as effective as DEED but doesn't melt plastic or stink as bad. This pump spray provides 12 hours of protection. The 4-ounce bottle treats an adult for 40 applications. I use this religiously during bug season. No ticks, no mosquito-borne illnesses. The pump spray is more efficient than aerosols and won't freeze in cold weather. Picaridin is safe for kids over 2 months old. DEET is harsher. If you're in mosquito or tick territory, this bottle is essential. Cordage and repair. Number 12. 550. Paracord 100 feet. Price $8 to $15. Real 550 paracord has 7 inner strands. Each inner strand has 550 pounds of tensile strength. The whole cord is rated to 550 pounds. Cheap fake paracord has 3 to 5 strands and breaks under load. Buy from reputable brands like Rothco or Milspec. I've used paracord to secure tarps, fix broken backpack straps, improvise clotheslines, lash tools to packs, repair tents, make bow drill cords, and 100 other things. The inner strands pull out for fishing line or sewing thread. 100 feet weighs 10 ounces. I keep 100 feet in my main kit and 50 feet in my bug-out bag. This is one item you'll constantly find new uses for. Number 11. Gear Aid Tenacious Tape. Price $7 to $10. This repair tape fixes ripped clothing, torn tarps, broken sleeping bags, cracked boots, and split backpacks. It's a heavy-duty nylon fabric with an aggressive adhesive backing. I've patched rain gear, fixed my car's interior, repaired my tent, and sealed holes in dry bags with this stuff. The adhesive stays sticky in heat and cold. The patches are flexible so they won't crack. You can even sew through them for permanent repairs. The roll provides multiple repairs before running out. This tape has saved gear that would have been trash otherwise. Every repair kit needs a roll. Power and electronics. Number 10. Anker PowerCore 20100. Price $40 to $50. In a grid down scenario, power is critical. This battery bank holds 20,100 milliamp hours. That's 4 to 5 full charges for most smartphones. I keep mine charged and stored in my vehicle. When the power goes out, I have days of communication capability. The dual USB ports charge 2 devices simultaneously. Power IQ technology adjusts output for each device, recharges via micro USB in about 10 hours from a wall outlet or solar panel. The battery cells are high quality and hold their charge for months. I tested this after 6 months of storage, still had 92% charge. This brick keeps your critical electronics alive when everything else is dead. Number 9. Big Blue 28W Solar Charger. Price $55 to $70. Battery banks run out, solar panels don't. This foldable solar charger has 3 panels producing 28 watts total. In full sun, it charges most phones in 2 to 3 hours. The 3 USB ports charge multiple devices. Built-in ammeter shows charging current so you know it's working. The panel is weather resistant, though not waterproof. I've used this to charge battery banks, phones, and headlamps during multi-day trips. Solar charging is slow compared to wall outlets, but unlimited. Set it up in the morning, let it charge all day, use your devices at night. In a long-term crisis, this panel provides indefinite power. The only downside is size. It's bulky when unfolded, but for sustained power, nothing beats solar. Tools and maintenance. Number 8. Leatherman Wave Plus. Price $90 to $110. Multi-tools are everywhere. Most are trash. The Wave Plus is the exception. 18 tools including pliers, wire cutters, knife blades, 3/8 inch saw, scissors, screwdrivers, bottle opener, can opener, file, and rulers. All spring-loaded and one-hand accessible. I use mine constantly. Cutting wire, tightening screws, opening cans, cutting cord, filing sharp edges, measuring things. The pliers are strong enough for real work, not just token functionality. I've had mine for 6 years. The screwdriver bits wore out, and I replaced them. Everything else works perfectly. The 25-year warranty is honored. If it breaks, Leatherman fixes it. For $100, this tool pays for itself in a year. Number 7. Worksharp Pocket Knife Sharpener. Price $10 to $12. Knives dull with use. This compact sharpener keeps them sharp. Features coarse and fine carbide inserts for quick sharpening, plus a ceramic rod for honing. The V-groove design maintains the correct angle automatically. I use this to touch up my knives every few days of hard use. It removes metal fast, so don't over-sharpen. The whole unit is 3 inches long and weighs 1 ounce. Clips to your pack or keychain. This sharpener has kept my Mora sharp for 3 years of regular use. A dull knife is dangerous. This tool prevents that. Number 6. Gorilla Tape Travel Size. Price $5 to $7. Duct tape fixes everything. Gorilla Tape is duct tape on steroids. The adhesive sticks to rough, wet, and uneven surfaces where regular duct tape fails. The backing is reinforced so it doesn't tear easily. I've used this to repair boots, seal water containers, fix tent poles, patch tarps, and temporarily fix a cracked car bumper. The travel size is a 1-inch by 30-foot roll that weighs almost nothing. Wrap 10 feet around a credit card for ultra-compact storage. This tape has gotten me out of multiple bad situations. At $6, buy several rolls, clothing, and layers. Number 5. Darn Tough Merino Wool Hiking Socks. Price $25 to $30 per pair. Your feet keep you alive. Cheap cotton socks cause blisters, hold moisture, and wear out fast. Merino wool wicks moisture, regulates temperature, and resists odor. Darn Tough makes the most durable wool socks available. I've hiked hundreds of miles in mine. They show wear but no holes. The company offers a lifetime warranty. If they develop holes, they replace them free. That's confidence in quality. Buy at least 3 pairs. 1 to wear, 1 to wash, 1 as backup. Wet feet in cold weather causes hypothermia. Proper socks prevent that. This is the one clothing item worth spending money on. Number 4. Columbia Silver Ridge Long Sleeve Shirt. Price $35 to $45. Sun protection is survival. This lightweight shirt has UPF 30 sun protection built into the fabric. Vented back panel increases airflow. Roll-up sleeves convert to short sleeves. Zippered chest pocket secures small items. The fabric dries fast, so river crossings or rain don't leave you wet for hours. I've worn this shirt in desert heat and mountain cold. It works in both. The light color reflects heat in summer. Multiple shirts layer well in winter. The fabric is tough enough for bushwhacking but light enough for hot weather. At $40, this shirt is the foundation of my outdoor wardrobe, bags, and storage. Number 3. 5.11 Rush 24 Backpack. Price $110 to $140. Your bug-out bag needs to last years, not days. The Rush 24 is a 37-liter tactical backpack made from 1050 denier nylon, water-resistant coating, YKK zippers throughout, MOLLE webbing on front and sides for attaching pouches. Padded shoulder straps and waist belt distribute weight properly. Hydration bladder compatible. Side compression straps cinch the load. I've used this pack for 5 years. It's been on 50-plus hikes, survived rain and snow, been overloaded repeatedly, and looks beat up but functions perfectly. The main compartment is cavernous. The organization pockets keep gear accessible. This pack costs more than budget options, but will outlast 3 cheap packs. Worth the investment. Number 2. SOL Heavy-Duty Emergency Blanket. Price $10 to $15. Not a foil blanket. This is a 5x7-foot reusable blanket made from vacuum metallized polyethylene. Reflects 90% of body heat. Waterproof and windproof. Grommets in the corners allow it to double as an emergency tarp or ground cloth. I've used this as a ground cloth under my sleeping bag, an emergency shelter when my tarp failed, and an extra insulation layer in cold weather. The material is thicker than emergency bivvies, so it handles abuse better. Packs to the size of a can of soup. This blanket has replaced disposable foil blankets in all my kits. Number 1. Sawyer Squeeze Water Filter System. Price $30 to $40. If I could only take one item on this list, this would be it. Water is survival priority 1. This system includes a filter, 2 squeeze pouches, cleaning plunger, and hose for gravity filtration. The 0.1 micron filter removes 99.99999% of bacteria and 99.9999% of protozoa. No chemicals, no boiling, no waiting. Fill the pouch, squeeze clean water into your bottle. Done. The filter is rated for 1 million gallons. You'll never wear it out in your lifetime. I've used mine for 3 years and hundreds of liters. Still flows strong. The squeeze pouches wear out after a year of regular use. Buy replacements. This filter has kept me hydrated in sketchy water sources from stagnant ponds to agricultural runoff streams. I've never gotten sick. That's what matters. Closing thoughts. That's 35 pieces of gear that work. Not the stuff everyone else recommends. Not the products with the biggest affiliate payouts. Just equipment that performs when it matters. Notice what's not on this list. Tactical pens with glass breakers. Survival cards with 40 tools that don't work. Knives with built-in compasses that always point south. Anything with a useless bottle opener. This isn't about collecting gadgets. It's about having reliable tools when your life depends on them. The total cost for everything on this list is about $1,200. That sounds like a lot, but it's less than one car payment, and this gear will last 10 to 20 years if you maintain it. Compare that to what people spend on gym memberships they never use or streaming services that rot their brain. This is gear that keeps you alive. If you learned something new, subscribe for more honest gear reviews. Drop a comment with what gear you actually use, not what you wish you owned. Let's build a community based on experience, not marketing. Stay prepared.